right, good afternoon, everyone. We're joined by two captains today. We've got Andy Kwok, captain of the Hong Kong Golf Club, and Cam Smith, captain of Ripper GC. Welcome, guys. Andy, I'll start with you. What does it mean to be hosting the first LIV Golf Hong Kong this week at the Hong Kong Golf Club, especially with it being the club's 135th anniversary year?
Hi, I think it means a lot to the club. As you said, this is to kickstart our year-long celebration. This is great to have all the LIV players here to celebrate our 135th year with us. I think it also helps reinforce all the over century-long effort that the club has, poured into the golf development in the region. So it's also a very assurance for the club that I heard a lot of good comments from the players so far today that the course is playing well. So hopefully we can put together a very challenging yet enjoyable course for the players this week, and also for Hong Kong. I think this is great to have LIV Golf coming over to the region because it is one of the mega events that Hong Kong will be hosting, and I think it's also showcased that Hong Kong is ready and it is the city to host mega events for the region.
And just like on the back of that, Hong Kong Golf Club has a really long history of hosting large-scale golf tournaments, and the past winners of the Hong Kong Open is really a who's who of golf. Where do you think LIV Golf ranks in this context, and what's your expectation of LIV Golf bringing to Hong Kong?
Well, I think when was the last time we have over 50 champion golfers, together in Hong Kong, and quite a few of them are major winners as well, I think, right, Cam? So I think it is really great, to be hosting LIV in Hong Kong, to add, to our already quite wide spectrum of mega events, mega golfing events that the club has been hosting, and because of the unique format that LIV brings to Hong Kong, it's not just golf but louder. I mean, this is a completely new concept for our local audience, and so I think it will be a very interesting week ahead to be able to welcome our usual golf fans from the region, as well as some new or even non-golfers who come in just to experience the LIV Golf event or the entertainment that the event will bring for the audience. And also, I think it's also great that the event, besides the all the tourists or the spectators flying in from what I heard, I think 29 countries and territories to arriving, or they have arrived in Hong Kong for this event. This event will also be broadcast to over 110 countries and territories around the world. So this is also a great opportunity for Hong Kong and for the club to be displayed, what we have in such a great city to be displayed to a global audience. So we're all very excited about that.
Awesome. Cam, you know Hong Kong Golf Club well. You previously came close to winning the Hong Kong Open last year. Can you just talk us through that week and where it puts some of your thoughts going into this week at LIV Golf Hong Kong?
Yeah, I think I feel really comfortable around the golf course. I played here probably 7 or 8 years ago as well when I was a young professional and had a quite a good week that week as well. So lots of good memories. I love how this golf course plays. It is really a smart person's golf course, and it's a golf course. Although it presents a lot of opportunities, you have to be really patient around here, particularly if you're off the fairway. So it can bite you in the bum pretty quick around here, and just need to be smart.
And what can fans expect who are coming to see the first LIV Golf Hong Kong this week?
I think the atmosphere is great out here. It was great here in October. I expect the atmosphere and the crowd to probably be a little bit rowdier than it was then, given what LIV provides. but for the golf fan as well, lots of birdies, and just lots of good shots. I mean, this is probably probably is the best field in golf, and I can't wait to showcase that to Hong Kong.
Awesome. We'll pass on to Mike and then open up to any questions from the media if you just raise your hand. We also have Frank here to translate for anyone who needs it.
I just had a couple of questions for Cam. Does this course remind you of any courses in Australia that you've played, especially maybe from the length or the tree line, fairways, that type of thing?
Yeah, it's definitely got an Australian look to it, I would say. I think as far as it probably plays a little bit softer than Australia, but there's a lot of shots where you have to shape it both ways. And yeah, like I said before, you have to be smart around here. It reminds me a lot of home in that aspect, but probably just a touch softer.
And then I did want to ask you, it might be too early to start citing stats for this season, but the Rippers are 12th in driving distance. Given the length of this course, do you feel like it's kind of a great equalizer for all the teams, that there's just not a focus on just bombing it from the tee?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would expect that the leaderboard, particularly at the top end of the leaderboard, is going to be a lot different this week, given what the course provides. But at the same time, we've got some guys that are playing pretty outstanding golf at the moment, and they're going to be tough to beat. So, it'll be an interesting week. Hopefully for our team, it's the week that really kicks off the rest of the season. I know all the boys are probably pretty disappointed in how they've played the first 3 events. So, feeling good and looking good this week, early in the week, but we still got to go out there tomorrow and actually do it. So we'll see what happens.
All right, thanks.
Go ahead, Joy.
Cam, if I can ask you, you've been really, should I say, frustrated with your driver the last couple of weeks. Does this golf course then give you a lot of, because I don't know how many holes you will be using the driver on, but if it is in the bag for most of the time, do you think you have a great chance out here?
Yes.
That's the short answer.
It's definitely a club for me that's been very frustrating, like you said, probably not only the start of the season, but probably the last few years. We're working on stuff in the swing to try and straighten it out, and it's definitely a kind of a step in the right direction. It's just been really hard for me to trust on the golf course. So, given that it only probably comes out 5 or 6 times around here, hopefully it's one of those weeks where it's a confidence builder with the longer stuff, and just hitting off more fairways in general, I think will help me.
And Andy, if I can ask you, we all know how big Tai Chi is over here. Did you, and the fondness that you guys have for him, did you really try hard with LIV Golf to get him one of the wild cards?
Well, obviously, I think local fans will love to see Tai Chi playing this week. But I think he went through the qualifying, and I think he's also playing well on the Asian Tour. So maybe he'll, in the future, he'll get a chance to play with the big guys on LIV. But we hope that that he can excel in his own way and play well for Hong Kong, because as you all know, Tai Chi is really inspiring a lot of our younger generations of golfers in Hong Kong. So with him, being on the international stage will also be great for our future future Tai Chis in the making. So so really hope that he plays well in the months to come.
Go on, Danny.
Hi, Danny Hicks from AFP. Cam, you played here late in the year where the Hong Kong Open is on, and now this is kind of a different season, different time. Have you noticed differences in the course, because we've obviously had a winter in between since you were last here?
Yeah, I think leading up to the golf tournament last year, and I mean, probably Andy would probably know better than me, but they did have a fair bit of rain, and the golf course, especially the fairways, were quite soft, and they were generally, because the ball was stopping pretty quick, generally a little bit easier to hit. So the biggest thing for me has been that run out in the fairways, and probably goes more into the shot shaper's hand, working it into a slope or something to try and keep it on the fairway. So, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. I think the greens are probably a touch faster, but other than that, just controlling the ball off the tee will be pretty key.
Can I just ask Andy, how has that been for you and your teams here, like the greenkeepers and so on? Because you're not normally setting up for tournament golf at this time of year.
Yeah, I think as Cam said, I think we had a lot of rain, in the later half of the year, last year. And we just had Hong Kong Open in November. And right after that, we have to open up the course for our members and visitors and guests to play. And, within a short period of time, to bring the course back to tournament-ready conditions for the LIV Golf is really challenging. So I really appreciate all the hard work that our courses team has done. Hats off to them. And then hope that this course at this time of the year will be a little bit different, for our players. It will definitely be different for us because we never used to have music around the course. I played today in the pro-am, and it took me a while to get used to that, but I think it's quite helpful. It helps my rhythm. So I guess I'm looking forward to a week of entertainment and good golf, I guess.
Can I just say on the music, because I've played in the pro-am as well, and I found that after a while you just don't notice it. Has that been the same for you guys, Cam? You're just used to it now, and
I think if you do notice it, you're probably not in the right headspace, to be honest. You should be really focused on what you're doing. I think the music out there today is probably not how loud it's going to be tomorrow. Usually they turn it down for us on Friday, but there'll still be a little bit there.
Go on, Ken.
Yes, I think now you switch the channel to Cantonese and ask questions to Andy in Cantonese. 會長你好，我想問下咧，就即係終於籌備咗咁耐，等咗咁耐，我哋終於見到呢一班嘅球星嚟到粉嶺高爾夫球會呢度啦。講下你嘅心情啦，同埋整體上咧嚟緊咧，你會點樣同啲球迷或者香港市民講，叫佢哋多啲嚟入場去支持咧？
I guess I'll answer in Cantonese if you don't mind. 當然我哋非常非常之興奮，有咁多國際級嘅球手可以聚集埋一齊，今次喺呢個咁嶄新嘅一個比賽嗰度啦。因為頭先我都講過，呢一個比賽嘅模式係以往我哋香港係未試過嘅，亦都未試過有咁大型嘅set up， 即係見到我哋今次除咗我哋嘅獎金係有史以嚟最高啦，我哋成個場地嘅佈置。包括俾觀眾嘅一個嶄新嘅體驗係前所未有嘅，所以我真係好希望可以多啲香港嘅球迷或者未試過入場睇波嘅觀眾都可以嚟到今次我哋嘅現場去感受一下一個全新嘅高爾夫球比賽嘅一個感覺同埋體驗，亦都好期待有好多唔同國家嘅觀眾可以嚟到香港啦。因為我頭先我都講有29個國家同埋地區嘅觀眾會飛到嚟。咁都希望可以俾到佢睇我哋香港作為一個亞洲嘅國際城市，同埋我哋一個呢個地區嘅城市之都，可以帶到俾咁多球迷嘅一個好客嘅一個第一，我哋球場同埋我哋香港嘅好客之道啦，同埋俾到佢哋一個嶄新嘅一個比賽，同埋一個香港一個作為一個旅遊城市嘅一個新嘅體驗。
Hello, Cam. You have just said previous days ago that need to get rid of some rubbish and we'll be back to the top. Can you tell us what kind of the rubbish are that and what you have to solve?
That's a good question. It's basically just the driver for me. Just need to hit more fairways. Like I said before, just trying to get comfortable with some swing changes on the golf course, and we've had a lot of wind that kind of creeps into the back of your mind the first couple of weeks. So just basically not trusting it out in the golf course. I get to the range and hit the ball really good, and just can't quite get it to the golf course yet. So hopefully this is a week where it changes.
Last year on the hole number 18, at some point I thought you may beat Ben Campbell and win the Hong Kong Open. So now once again you go to the 18th hole, what will you do? Will you do what you did last year?
Yeah, I think given the situation, I was trying to go down there and make birdie. I don't think I hit 3-wood off there any other day. I was really trying to push it down there and give me a really good shot at birdie. So didn't quite work out. Benny made a 20-footer on me, which hurt a little bit. But yeah, no, I wouldn't change anything.
Any more questions?
Yeah, some questions from the standard for Andy. So you just mentioned that about 29 audience from 29 countries will come to Hong Kong. Do you have a specific number? And I want to ask like how many tickets have been sold so far? And also what measures will be the club take to maybe face the possible crowd to smooth the crowd and give a better experience to our audience? Thank you.
Thank you. We don't actually have the breakdown on the 29 countries and territories that the spectators will be flying into Hong Kong for this event, but I'm sure it will be all across the world. And with the club as well as our organizers, LIV Golf has put together tremendous effort in bringing what we call a brand new spectators experience for our visitors this week, including we've never done before, like entertainment such as we're bringing in a world-class DJ for concert on Saturday, as well as the Birdie Shack on the 10th if you were out there, which I think we've never built any structure there before, and hopefully. We'll make it. I don't know whether they will make it a drivable par 4 on one of the days. If not, but someone will still try to go for the green. I think some of the players are reachable. So maybe it will be a very fun hole to watch. Which, as I said, the course and the structures that we have around the course has never been as extensive as before at another Hong Kong Open or other championship. So it will be a great experience for all those people who are coming in. As well as watching it on TV.
Chinese questions from CRHK。我想問下 Andy 咧，即係而家嗰個賽事嘅籌備進度係點啦？有冇一個最新預計入場嘅數字係幾多咧？咁同埋即係因為今次賽事特別都結合咗一啲嘉年華嘅元素啦，有冇話即係預計嗰個經濟效益可以帶嚟幾大咧？咁同埋之前都已經獲得咗政府嗰個 M 品牌嗰個支持啦，有冇話即係對於嗰個舉辦賽事咧，即係有啲用咗喺邊一方面咧，有啲咩支持咁咧？唔該。
首先我諗嚟緊對香港嘅就或者經濟效益先啦。我諗頭先之前我哋都有講過，其實獎金2500萬美金，咁呢個淨係個稅收俾香港政府已經有超過3000萬啦。咁其實由一個比賽我哋由籌備到而家都好長時間，唔係呢幾個禮拜，係好幾個月嘅時間。咁佢哋主辦單位飛過嚟嘅工作人員，加埋呢個星期所有嘅比賽球手啊，佢哋嘅家人朋友，同埋呢個禮拜嘅球會，即係主辦單位嘅代表過嚟嘅，淨係每晚嘅酒店數目、房間數目都超過600間，淨係呢個星期嚇。咁之前嗰啲未計。咁再加埋頭先我講過有29個國家嘅觀眾，國家同地區嘅觀眾會嚟到香港啦。咁其實對香港嘅整個即係你話餐飲啊、旅遊嘅一個經濟嘅帶動咧，係會相當之高嘅。再加多樣嘢就係因為我哋呢個賽事，頭先我亦都講到係會有超過110個國家同埋地區係會有直接嘅播放嘅。咁呢個對我哋宣傳香港、講好我哋香港嘅故事咧，係一個非常大嘅效果啦。咁亦都希望將我哋香港一個正面嘅一個形象帶到俾全世界嘅觀眾。
Okay, it's a question for Andy. Speaking of bringing Hong Kong to the world stage, well, Hong Kong Golf Club has made all the efforts. Like within the 12 months, we have the World City Championship, and then the Ramco Team Series, and the Hong Kong Open, and now we have the LIV, and then of course at the end of the year we're celebrating 135th anniversary together with the Hong Kong Open. Do you consider this is a really big achievement? And what kind of efforts that the team, like the Hong Kong Golf Club team, has put into all this effort? Do you consider this is a world record?
I don't know about world record, but I think our team, as well as Hong Kong government's support, has been tremendous in making all the events that you mentioned possible. And also, I think it's also a reassurance for us that golf as a sport can really attract spectators and eyeballs from around the world. So this is, great for Hong Kong as to be what we want to be the mega event capital of the region. And I think through golf, we can be one of the drivers to help Hong Kong government to achieve this goal. So we're really thrilled that we're in this position to work hand in hand with various tours as well as with the Hong Kong government.
Great note to end on. Cam, Andy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.